I'll be in my princess outfits later. Good evening.
Ano yung pwede expect from the night?
Oh, I think everybody will be able to expect a really fun show. We've been rehearsing this like all day yesterday. Babad na babad kami rito. And a lot of Disney shows, I think people just have this expectation of something magical and and I mean, for me lang, I mean, without it, you know, whose network I don't know, which is nice. No, because it's like how else than if I do an event like this. So it's exciting. So I get to meet everybody, and it's great seeing Christian Bautista again. And I mean, the last time we performed together was medyo matagal na, but the last time I saw him on stage was just last year in Jersey Boys, and he was so good. And then Casey Concepcion, I mean, I just saw her. She came to Fun Hope. And the cool thing is that the three of us, me, Christian, and Casey, we've all done Atlantis shows. And I just did Fun Hope. Yeah, so I mean, these people are like family, and it's nice to see Morissette beyond The Voice. It's on that stage. So it's fantastic to see great performers and to watch wonderful performances, and it's definitely no expense, which is great. We're gonna have obviously a lot of Globe subscribers in the house, which is fantastic. A lot of friends, lots of family. I think people can expect whatever they hope to expect from a Disney show, which is a lot of fun for the family and a lot of wonderful music. And just some of the most amazing performances by driven and confident, outspoken, opinionated, generous of spirit, big hearts, really kind to one another. That is what I have observed. I mean, I've seen and see how they've all developed and to have a taste of what that dream they have, especially with the mentors that were chosen to mentor them. People like Jessie Sitsioco, Menchula Checo Yulo, Efren Peña Florida. It's like, how do you beat that? Those are opportunities that are rare and precious, and these girls did not take any fun watching each of them.
Do you see yourself in them? Because you used to be a little girl with a dream.
I know. I used to kids that can say that I've been able to make this dream come true, and it's nice when you see someone else on the path to making their own dreams a reality. It's wonderful, and dreams are powerful things. Is to always be kind. More than anything else, it's just holding on to whatever dream that they have, but not losing sight also of who they are as people. But these girls, they just seem to all have it together, and they all have their eyes on that prize in their heads. They all have their eyes on that dream. And ultimately, I mean, yes, we do have a prize. But really, I think for me, the bigger prize is for opening her own restaurant, and for Liana for becoming an active veterinarian, and for Haya to be a Broadway actress and a Broadway. It's beyond determined. It's not like it's not just there is this calm about her, and it's walking into a room and knowing that, yep, I'm voting for you when I'm 70. You know, and she's 9 years old. So I'm like, I will be probably 75, 77, whatever, when you are eligible to run for president. On our last performance, you kids, you're the ones who are going to change the world. It's not going to be us. We're old. You're the ones who are going to change you're the ones in whose hands the future belongs, in whose hands the future is. You're the ones changing the world.
When you were growing up, who was the one who inspired you to keep your dream alive?
I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I don't think they're walking to a landmine, but that's everybody's experience. I don't know. I mean, I guess different teachers. I mean, my math teacher in the 4th grade was somebody who opened my eyes to how beautiful math actually is. And how I really enjoyed it all the way until about music, that made it so enjoyable to walk into their classes twice or 3 times a week. There were, I had idols like, Julie Andrews and people like that I looked up to. But yeah, so I guess it was just very real people and far away people at the time. I think those were the people I really looked up to. That's a tough one, and I still haven't actually decided. I don't know. I guess the one who's had to overcome the greatest distance from their starts. Really, it's pretty even, So I don't know. We'll know. We'll know when we all know. We will all know together.
Are you the only one who's going to choose them?
So with all respect, he did not make a mistake this time, and I totally understood why the judges had to submit so that I can seal it in an envelope, and then it would be presented back to me. And yeah, so it's on me. Sorry, y'all. So nobody else knows. No one else in this building knows but me. So, and I don't even know yet. So you'll all know when we all know.
Are you doing any other musicals this year?
There isn't anything scheduled yet. Right now, I just have in Provo, Utah, so I get to perform with them and their musical director, repeated, if at all. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And the one here is at the CCP. So that's the next big concert. The times for your voice to break, it had to be now. So we could all very well have people on our teams who are going through this change in their physical out and stress out over and agonize over late at night. It's gonna be interesting because when you have kids, you know what you're gonna get from kids. Every day is a challenge because every day there's a jump in development. There's something that happens overnight. So we all have to prepare for what those changes.
How about the reunion movie with Agamula?
That's not happening this year. I'm going to say that right now. That's not happening this year. It's not going to happen in 2017. He is way too busy playing golf and traveling the world, checking out really amazing art. So and watching his wife run marathon, even within ABS-CBN, I get that question.
But you're open to doing it maybe in 2018 or in the
It may be long wait.
Miss Leo, you may not answer. I remember the other day you tweeted.
Yeah, but everything's fine. But for me, it's just jarring when I see my kid cry. And for me, that's just not cool. And you incur the wrath of every member of my family when you do that. Because, for me, we have our fans. For whom my husband constantly reminds me, you have fans and you should be grateful and feel blessed that you have them. And I do. And I truly do. Fine, and she's here. And yeah, she's just enjoying just being a kid. And she had her last day of school today, for which I'm grateful. So she's now officially on summer break. So now she just has the summer to enjoy.
How did you explain to her getting in situation sometimes out?
My mom did it. My mom's like, babes, that's life. That's what your mom does, and people get excited. But for me, at the same time, it's like, yeah, I understand if you're going to have a breakdown in front of me or if you're going to ask me for a hug. I may not always want to give a hug because you're a stranger and I don't know what your intentions are. So there's also that. Malay kong may kutsilyo ka na nakahawak at baka saksakin mo ako kung niyakap mo ako. I think that kind of paranoia is in the mind of a lot of artists. And you should rightfully have that. And there are people probably who are thinking, once they hear me say that, with that intention. And I don't know if it's you, or it could be somebody else. But we have the responsibility to have an idol to idolize tomorrow. It sounds really heavy, and we've lost him prematurely because there was some fan who took it upon himself to take.
Just one word to describe each of the candidates.
Oh. That's hard, but because all of these words can apply to all of them. For Haya, she bloomed like a flower. For Jaden, she's it's beyond intelligence. She has a big heart, and Alexi is very unique. For animals, that's beyond anything I've seen. And Sirach wants to be in the middle of it all. So yeah, but all of them have all of them exhibit grace under pressure, and even under the most challenging of challenges, and they're all extremely confident. And I think a lot of little girls who are watching this, and I hope that more people get to watch this web series, a lot of young women, because these 6 already are inspiring on their own because of what they've been able to do.
So what would be your biggest takeaway from the learnings in terms of the show?
I guess my biggest takeaway is to just never underestimate how powerful your dreams are, and how there are people in this world that care so much to help you make that real. That's it. Thank you. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank
And
you.
enjoy the show tonight.